This shark is a curse. Beware of the shark curse. Beware! A cursed shark. And they forgot to put an actual shark in most of this goddamn movie. The Black Demon was directed by Adrian Grunberg, who did Get the Gringo and Rambo Last Blood, and written by two people. Yes, it took two people. Not an AI program that was on the fritz, or basically somebody that had been lobotomized that could have come up with this goddamn thing by simply jotting down a few words like curse, cliched family, guys on oil rig, forget to put shark in movie. At least for 95% of it. That's about it right there. That's really all you're going to get from the Black Demon. Basically, the Black Demon involves a family led by Josh Lucas, Matthew McConaughey Lucas as I kept calling him. He's actually a pretty good actor, but I can't help but see Matthew McConaughey whenever I see Josh Lucas. He plays Paul. Try standing up. Good old MST3K. And so we definitely could have used riff tracks, because who are you going to get to riff those tracks? If this isn't one of the worst goddamn movies of the year, then 2023 is heading down a very dark path, as the writer's strike continues to go as of this recording, because studios are being greedy. So we get movies like The Black Demon. There's nobody really of any consequence that's in this. I mean, Fernanda, I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce her last name. The wife, Ines, she's fine. Other actors in this try their best. There's a rig that is out in somewhere in the Baja area. Not the Baja Blast, even though it's about to go Baja Blast, because of certain people who are like, we're going to do something to take down this rig that's affecting our area. Leaking oil all over the goddamn place, and then suddenly there's a megalodon shark. It turns out it's actually part of an Aztec curse. No, really, that is where they're going with this. Matthew McConaughey Lucas shows up with his family in this village that really just, it's one of the most unwelcoming villages. Why they thought it was a good idea to go there, who the fuck knows. But it's a business trip because he works for Nixon Oil, and he is out there to try and see if the rig can be saved, or if it needs to be decommissioned, they need to build another one. And if you wonder how much Paul has to do with all the stuff going on in this particular area, I'm going to give you a little spoiler, a lot. Once Matthew McConaughey Lucas gets to the goddamn rig, he finds a couple people. There's a chihuahua. The chihuahua survives, by the way. That's one thing I will spoil right now. And finds out, oh, holy shit, there's weird shit going on. And then his family arrives because the villagers aren't exactly happy with him. And then they're stuck on this rig, and this megalodon's kind of going around and everything. But, oh, this megalodon is a curse and it can make you see things. No, really, that is something that they fucking say. And from there, we have a movie that, well, there's a shark on the poster. There's eventually a few shots of a shark. But otherwise, it's an eco, beat you over the head thing about, we can't destroy the planet. We can't take more than we want, or otherwise we may just find that we should just take what we need. And then the family yells at each other. There's no likable characters in this, and it's all really stupid. And the Black Demon is terrible. Absolutely terrible. I hated this. I didn't think it was going to be great. This actually was playing at a few theaters nearby, like one that was about 25 miles away. And if I wanted to pay, about $15, I could have gone and watched it, even for matinee prices at that theater. Yes, theater tickets are expensive. I decided I'm just going to wait for streaming. And when it first came out on streaming, I would have had to have paid $16 just to rent this thing. Fuck you, I'll pay $7. I did pay for this, because I'm not going to pirate stuff. Even if I end up hating the movie, I will throw a few bones towards the movie, because why the fuck not? No need to pirate shit. I hated this, though. This was terrible. This was one of the worst shark movies I've ever seen. Devilfish, that came out in the 80s, was better than this. And that was terrible, and that was an Italian production. I mean, you had, of course, The Last Shark, that was basically a Jaws ripoff that made a whole lot of money until Universal said, fuck you. And everybody involved in this movie should have said, fuck you, because this was abysmal. There are numerous points where, okay, like, people are doing the same beat-for-beat things. People lower down in a particular, like, tube-like deal to figure out what's going on with this rig. And then certain, and then the shark basically, the cameraman posing as a shark just comes up and will eventually chomp down on some people. But there aren't that many people. See, if there had been more people in this getting chomped down, it might have been better, because then you could have had the whole thing about this shark being an Aztec curse. No, really. And you could have had bodies being chomped down. But instead, it decides to try to make it mostly a family drama. Which might have worked if I gave one, even half of a shit, rather, about this fucking family. Everybody could have died in this and I wouldn't have cared. And I don't mean the actors, I mean the characters. The characters are terrible. Except the Chihuahua. Would have liked to have seen a Chihuahua build a raft and get away. That would have been hilarious. I would rather watch that. Reshoot this with the Chihuahua being the main character. Yeah, this is terrible. Cliches all around, terrible writing, very terrible writing, terrible acting because of the terrible writing, and a shark movie that forgot to have a shark in it. And even with the overarching story of, we can't piss off the gods, we can't do this, we can't possibly piss off the planet or otherwise the gods will be angry, and they'll be fine, don't make it about a fucking shark. Even if it's based in reality, I don't care, or based on an old legend. I don't care if it's based on an old legend, because I don't know anything about Aztec legends. And even if it is based on something, you have to make it interesting, and this movie failed to do that. And any attempts at getting, tugging at the heartstrings again, the emotions going, it wasn't good. It wasn't fucking good at all. Yeah, let's just get into spoilers. You can rent it for a few bucks on Amazon. Gather your friends around, drink and party, and point out the flaws, which are numerous. God, this was terrible. Matthew McConaughey was also acting really, really weird, going from pendulum to pendulum. One side to the other. 3, 2, 1, spoilers. Yeah, the acting's all shit. Okay, in the beginning, there was rap, as our Lord and Savior Dr. Dre once said. 2 guys are scuba diving at this rig. One sets up a bomb because they're going to blow up this whole goddamn thing. And the bomb apparently is set to go off at some point. This is at night. A guy ends up planting the bomb, and he's swimming around and suddenly sees a whole bunch of jellyfish and fishies and everything, and then suddenly the shark attacks him. Yeah, the shark can make you see things. Why? Movie. That's why. And then Matthew McConaughey and his family arrive, including their kids, Audrey, Venus Ariel. It sounds like some kind of name of like a Spanish pop band or something. That's nothing against the kid. And a kid named Tommy. Well, who's the actor that plays Tommy? I don't care. No, I haven't, besides Matthew McConaughey, because I hadn't heard, and maybe seen the wife and one other thing. I have not seen anybody else in any movies. They arrive. The natives are getting restless. Leave with your heat. Just a little more heat, Ernie. Anyway, gets that. I love you guys. He goes off, leaves his family there, and then, don't worry, it'll be a few hours, it'll be fine. And then it turns out he's being set up about this whole thing because they're not happy with Nixon oil because this rig has basically caused their life to be in a living hell. The natives won't talk except for talking about the fact that there is a black demon around. And then, after Josh McConaughey arrives, he finds the 2 people. He finds a Chihuahua. Again, don't worry, the Chihuahua survives. He tries to find out answers. And then the family arrives because the wife didn't like this one drunk guy hitting on her and then her daughter, her underage daughter, by the way. She cracks him over the head with a beer. And then they race off and they give a guy a bunch of American dollars and he takes them to the rig. Then that guy gets eaten. Now they're stuck. And now they're being cursed. Cursed! And, well, let's just say that this entire movie just devolves into even more cliches. We get the bell thing, the deal that lowers down, that's like a cylinder that lowers them down. They're going to fix this stuff. They're going to dive out through the bottom, and they're going to be fine. Oh, wait, the shark gets them. Ennis is yelling at McConaughey, getting all upset. And everybody's yelling at everybody. Tommy, meanwhile, back on the island, had actually taken this one totem thing, this little statue deal, from this altar offering thing for Tlaloc, T-L-A-L-O-C. The kid couldn't pronounce it, and neither can I. He took a little statue and left a Snickers bar. No, Hulk, I said Snickers. God damn it, Hulk. And then, so Chateau, one of the older guy there, kind of looked like Nick Khan if he was on an oil rig. He says it's a curse, and there's this god of rain, and he was upset because people kept taking more than they needed, so he cursed them. The shark makes you see things. We literally only get 2 examples of that. One with the guy seeing the jellyfish and the fishies before being eaten in the beginning, and then with one other guy getting cursed. And I'm seeing things like an eye turning around looking at me. Oh, yes, and when the family arrives, the daughter ends up in the water and sees a whole bunch of body parts. It may or may not have actually been there. Who knows? Who cares, really? Who really fucking cares? They decide to hatch a plan to try and escape while McConnell Lucas and the other guy, because the junior guy got killed. Oh, no. Terrible. He was my favorite character. Wait, who played him? Oh, I don't care. Again, Chihuahua, best actor in the goddamn movie. They keep seeing things. Actually, okay, 3 examples. McConnell Lucas sees a whole bunch of ships over here, seemingly over here in this general area, and fires off a flare. And it's funny, though. They had working internet on the island. The radio doesn't work out there, but they have plenty of flare guns. Plenty of flare guns. And Tommy is a stupid kid. At one point, he sets up a bunch of those little stone statues in a boat, and then one falls out. It happens to be the dad statue. Gee, could you do more foreshadowing? The only way you could do more of it is if you had 5 shadowing. So then they make a raft. And the idea is that McConnell Lucas is going to seal off the goddamn leak, the oil that's been leaking out for a while from this rig. And it turns out that he was forced to sign these papers so Nixon Oil could get a whole bunch of money and ruin this island paradise. Why? Because why not? No, really, that's the exact explanation. They show a bunch of flashbacks and a few things and a few pieces of dialogue, and that's it. And Ennis is trying to set up all, help build this raft while Audrey and Tommy are trying to do it. And it turns out that these guys who put the bomb on the goddamn rig or below the rig were trying to, either from Nixon Oil or possibly just very, very frustrated eco-terrorists, and were just trying to blow it up. And his idea is seal the leak and take the bomb and throw it into the shark. Okay, seems simple enough, except not. And then a storm's coming. Oh no, a storm's coming. So the god of rain isn't all that angry because there's no drought anymore. McConnell Lucas tells that Chateau guy, hey, protect my family if I die. Because I'm an idiot, because I feel so guilty. I have to end my life to do this. I have to sacrifice myself. Technically, you don't. Technically, you don't. You fucking idiot. So anyway, he seals the leak. He has the bomb. He's in this little weird metal shaft scaffolding thing. It's like gird stuff you could climb up if you were on the SmackDown Shut Your Mouth set. If you get it, you get it. And then he says on the radio that he apparently has built into his scuba outfit, hey, I'm not going to be able to be back there, so I left gifts in all your baskets. Or I left gifts with you guys. I left gifts with everybody, so yeah, now I'm going to sacrifice myself. Whee! And then the shark eats him, conveniently not chomping down on him, just swallows him, and then boom. And that's it. Then they take off. And then the boat that had the little figures, except for the dad figure, suddenly sinks. Oh no, the shark is back. No. If this isn't top 5 worst of the year, I'm going to be shocked. This was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I hated everything about this. Terrible. Agree, disagree, what it... F, by the way. Just in case you thought that I might give it above an F. Agree, disagree, what I said. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rentlin. I'll see you soon.